What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be installing the Deatschwerks DW200 fuel pump. I picked this up at Wicked Big Meat. Right now I have the stock fuel pump in the car, but I was running a Walbro 255, which actually died on me and left me stranded on the side of the road. So I figured, why not upgrade to the Deatschwerks, and we're going to see how this runs. I've heard a lot of good things. The guys are super cool. So we're going to install this today. It comes with the whole kit. So we got the hoses, the connectors, the fuel filter, and even some new little clamps. Alright, so I'm going to go over everything that came in the kit. Obviously we got the pump. We got our new fuel filter. Looks very good quality. Ooh! I'm hyped on this little connector. When I ordered my Walbro one, it didn't come with that, so I had to reuse the stock one. So all this does is it goes right through that hole there and holds it onto the bottom of the pump. So I'm glad that they provided that. You got your new connector to adapt to the stock harness and to this new pump. And last but not least, you got new hose to attach to the top of the fuel pump, the new, I guess, worm gear clamps to attach to the hose and keep it tight on the pump, and then rubber pump insulator. So I'm glad I got another one of these because I had to reuse the one from my Walbro back on the stock one, which didn't fit perfectly, so I'm glad this will obviously fit to the new pump. I got almost all 8 of the 8mm nuts off of the top cap for the fuel pump. I do recommend, if you are doing a fuel pump install, try to be at like a quarter tank or lower. I am like just a little bit above a quarter. I tried to burn off as much as I could before I did this today, but I really wanted to get it done, and that was probably as close as I could get. It just helps when you're doing the install to not have a ton of gas in there sloshing around while you're trying to take out the whole old fuel pump assembly and put in the new pump. One thing I forgot to mention, if you are doing this, I highly recommend disconnecting your battery. And one thing, because if you're using electric tools, it'll cause a spark, and if gas is flowing, it'll, ignite, and that's not good. And second, just in case any lines still want to like feed to the pump, if you disconnect the battery, they won't be feeding and you won't have any gas problems. So we did get everything all disconnected, got them all plugged up. Now all we gotta do is pull this out, and it kind of you do have to do some rotating and moving to try to get this to come out without like bending anything, and just in the most easy way possible. So we're gonna work on that right now. Alright, so I got it out right now. I'm just gonna get a box to set this in so then I don't get gas everywhere. Alright, I got a box right here, so I'm just gonna pull this out and pop it in the box. Try to drain off all the excess gas. Whew. Like I said, having the lowest amount of gas in your tank as possible is really helpful. Alright, so now all we gotta do is take all the new components and install them onto our fuel pump assembly. All you gotta do is pop it out from the bottom here, and then disconnect these 2 worm clamps, and then that's pretty much it. You just pop it out and replace the cable with your new one, and then you're good to go. Should be able to just use one of those screwdriver like adapters and just undo your worm gears. Oh wow, yeah, see that slid right out. Try to disconnect your clip. I usually just turn it right around. Alright, I usually just leave the old hose on there because you got a new one anyways, but it is good to measure this one with your new one to give it the right length when you cut it. Alright, so we're just putting the new piece on here. You just slide that right over after you take off the little protective cap, and then you put on your worm gears. Right now I'm going to install the fuel filter to the bottom of the pump, and then I'm gonna put it all on the assembly. I just think doing it before it's all kind of trapped into the whole assembly contraption is a lot easier, and that instead of doing it once it's all on. I usually just use a pair of pliers and press this down just to make sure it's secure. Alright, I've got everything swapped over now. We've got the new connector, the new line, new clips, obviously new pump, new fuel filter with the new isolator, everything all fit nicely snug in place. Now all I gotta do is put our top fuel pump gasket back on and slide this back into the gas tank. Takes a little bit of maneuvering, just like taking it out, trying to find the best way without bending anything. But once you kind of get the hang of it, it's really pretty simple. Like, I'm already pretty much back in. You just gotta maneuver with the top hoses and that little slide over clip. Alright, so we got the pump back in. Here's that little kind of slide over piece I was talking about. That is real annoying because it doesn't like to get all the way out of the way. But once you got everything placed back inside, you just gotta replace your clips and your hoses, and then we're gonna give her a test. Everything is put back together. I'm gonna reconnect the battery and then listen to hear if it primes, and then I'll put it all back together. Alright, so I'm gonna give it a prime and have this recording back here for watching for any leaks. Hopefully everything's good. Ooh!
Do it a couple more times.
It is actually good to prime it a couple times. Yeah! I don't see any leaks. It's actually a little bit quieter than my Walbro, which is actually kind of nice. Should we give her a start? Alright, so that is the new pump installed. I'm gonna let it just kind of adapt to that and relearn its idle since I had the battery off. But overall, that was a very easy install. The only thing I found difficult is putting that little like retainer clip on the bottom of the fuel filter. But other than that, super easy, pretty much just plug and play, take the old one out, put the new one in. We'll have the Deatschwerks pump linked down below, along with all the other products. They have injectors, fuel pumps, maybe rails and stuff, I'm not too sure. But they do have a lot of awesome fuel accessories, so if you'd like to buy any of that, click the link below, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out and stay wicked.